Hello fellow modelers and styrene fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker is back with a brand new broadcast. Your host as always is Split Personalities and Parallel Universes George. In today's episode we have the reveal and unboxing of our next project. So before I reveal my next choice, you guys know what to do. Grab a seat, make yourselves comfortable, and crack the mandatory cold one so you can enjoy this wannabe video unboxing. Now, let's see what I have grabbed from the stash today. Our next choice will be this. The Sd.Kfz.184 Elefant in 1/35 scale from Dragon and kit number 6126. This kit was a gift from my fellow friend and subscriber of the channel, Jeff, aka Smoky Mountain Modeler. Whoever is not familiar with his work, please go and check him out. Jeff builds mostly military vehicles and he does a great job. I will leave a link for his channel on the comment section below. Once again, thanks Jeff. Now, upon a quick search on ScaleMate site, we learn that this kit is an initial release back from the year 2000. Upon opening the box, give me a moment guys, inside we find a set of rubber bands, the superstructure in a separate baggie. Once again in another separate baggie is the lower hull, and then we have 3 bags that contain 7 sprues. A small sheet of water slide decals, and of course the instructions manual. Now, I want you, my friends, to give me some time to reposition the camera and get everything ready so we can have a closer look at the parts. Now that we are all ready, let's start taking a look at the parts. As always, this time I'm gonna start with the rubber bands. Here are them. This plastic has a name. Dragon names this plastic with a particular name that I always forget. Anyway, its characteristic is that you can use Tamiya extra thin or any other glue to glue them together and hold them together. And I can tell you from my experience that this is true. Here is a close-up of the tracks. They are really detailed for rubber bands if you ask me, and so that's really good because I'm not going to buy a set of aftermarket tracks. Once again, I'm gonna build this thing out of the box. So no markings on the inside, no anything. Tracks are really detailed and we should have no problem. Nothing more to see on them, so let's move on to the next part. On random, our next part will be the lower hull. Here it is. Let me focus, see if I can focus. Yep, like a boss. Really crisp and nicely detailed. You can see the underneath part. We even have some weld seams over here. Nicely detailed. It's a tab, as you can already see. I don't know why they have included this, but we will be probably able to figure out if we take a look at the instructions. Nicely detail of a weld seam over here, and let me see if I can catch the front. Oh, come on, please focus, please. Yep, this a nicely casted piece. Now let's move on to the next one. Now we're gonna go to the superstructure or the upper hull, your choice. Again, some really nice cast and welded seam detail. No flaws, no anything, no extra flesh on the parts. The only thing you need to remove obviously is this part, but that's okay. You can easily clean it up. Very nicely casted piece. And now let's start from the sprues. First one is sprue Y over here, and from what I can see it contains hatches ring, the ring of the hatches, sorry, engine vents. This is probably one of the piece of the superstructure, additional armor if you ask me, really thick. And here on the side we have some pioneer tools and detailed parts. From what I can see, pieces are nicely detailed and pretty clean. Okay, it has some tiny pieces over here, but we can expect that from Dragon. They always provide you tiny pieces and they are over engineered. I'm not moaning here, I love it. You know me guys, I love high parts count kits, so I don't moan, I'm just saying. And that's the Y sprue. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, I grabbed one of the suspension pieces, probably. So here we have the suspension parts and some wheels. I don't know if they are spares or anything. This one is the F sprue. Really fine detail. Let me see if I can give you a close-up. Once again, nicely casted pieces. We should face no problem. Oh, come on, focus please. Here we go. We should face no problem. And that's the F sprue. Now I have two identicals that they are lettered F once again, these two. So I'm gonna leave one aside and show you the other one. Over here as you can see we have sprockets and the rest of the road wheels. We have a hatch, looks like a hatch over here. We have towing hooks, some pioneer tools, no, some detailed pieces over here. These are the lights, and more suspension pieces. Once again, no excess flesh, no nothing. Parts are really clean and crisp. Here is a closer look. Really nicely detailed. I'm a bit of concerned for grab handles like this one because they are you know, a bit fragile, but I'm gonna do my best. Anyway, I don't worry a lot about them because I have tools that I can make my own grab handles. What is this piece over here? Oh my god, this is really tiny. Anyway, that's the road wheels and sprockets sprue, once again labeled as F. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, over here we have sprue A. This is sprue for Ferdinand. Also, we have the engine deck. This is the gun mantlet, probably for Ferdinand. Anyway, we're gonna see. We have hatches, vision blocks, if you can say them vision blocks anyway, and some hooks over here, and more detailed pieces. Once again, really nicely detailed parts. I'm not gonna say that again, guys, I know I have bored you. Over here, let me grab a pointer. Over here there is a weld seam, very very fine detail. And that's everything about this one. Let's move on to the next one. Here we have the gun barrel and the breech mechanism. Oh my god, this is huge, guys. So we will have some interior detail by the means of the breech, at least, so we can pose the vehicle with open hatches. Not all of them, but some of them. We have elevation mechanism over here. This one is for the gun breech. This one are the shock absorbers for the gun breech that elevate the thing. I don't know what this is, but we will probably going to find out. And here is the gun barrel, two parts gun barrel. That's the only one included in the kit, so I have to be extra careful not to mess it up like the Leopard. Again, tiny pieces over here, I have to be extra careful, both for cutting them off the sprue and cleaning them. And that is the breech and the gun mechanism. Sprue is labeled as C. And now let's move on to the last one. Onto the last one, what I can see are exterior components. This one is a huge one. We have the side fenders, we have armor plates, rear armor plate, extension for the lower hull, because this lower hull needs to be extended, and various other armor pieces. We have the jack over here. Now onto the fenders, we have very nice diamond plate detail. Let me see if I can catch it. My camera won't catch it, but it is there, you can have an idea. This is very nicely molded once again. Oh, I keep repeating myself, sorry guys. This should probably be the extensions for the sprocket wheel, and this should be the rear plate. We have a bit of sink mark. I think that it is stress visible from the molding process. Anyway, we're gonna see if it is visible after that. And we have a nice piece of mesh over here. Gun barrel cleaning rod. Very very nicely detailed parts. I think that I am in for a treat with this build. And that's the last sprue. Now we move on to the decals. Let me get them out of the baggie. We have, from what I can understand, we have 3 different markings for 3 different vehicles. They feel relatively thin. Decal film is quite close to the numbers. Anyway, there is nothing else that I can tell you about them. I will tell you my honest opinion after I have placed them in the vehicle, and you guys already know that. Let's put them inside the bag again and keep them safe and secure. And let's move on to the distractions manual. Okay, first page we have the box art and the sprue map. Parts that are labeled with blue colors are the parts that we want going to use for this build. And here we have the legends, you know what to do and what not to do. And we have the color callouts for Ganzi Sangyo, Hobby Color and Italeri. Anyway, I'm gonna convert them to Vallejo. What you need for this build, as it says over here, is flat black steel, wood brown, sandy brown and dark green. We're gonna see about that, I say. And we move on to the assembly process. First up, of course, we have the road wheels and sprocket. Second step is the assembly of the suspension system. Second and third step, we have to keep a mind on them because it's 3 and 3. They will probably be different. They are surely different because each one should go on its respective side. Fourth step is attachment of the suspension system to the lower hull. And we move on to the fifth step. Fifth step will be attachment of the road wheels and the sprockets. This should probably wait until the end, in my case. Sixth build will be the idlers or the sprockets, I don't know. No, this is gonna be the sprockets. The other one are the idlers because this is the front end of the vehicle. Anyway, what you see, as you can see over here, this has a light blue color, which means that over here you need to apply Zimmerit. It is the coating that Germans were applying onto their vehicles, so no magnetic mines would stuck on them. Seventh step is application of the tracks and Zimmerit coating. Once again, we're gonna talk about the Zimmerit coating in a while. Give me a moment. Eighth step, we have the lower hull extension parts, as I told you, and the rear armor plate over here. This one will probably be the exhaust, if I am not mistaken. So we have the sub-assembly of the exhaust over here and more parts on the number 9 that go onto the rear armor plate together with the Zimmerit coating. I don't know how I'm gonna coat this thing, but anyway. 10th step, we move on to the front of the vehicle. We have the jack block assembly over here. That is probably for step number 9. It is for step number 9 anyway. 10th step, we move on to the front armor pieces, as I said. Here are the parts. You need to apply Zimmerit once again, and then the detailed pieces. The gun port, the machine gun port over here that is located in the front, coaxial machine gun port. And armor pieces, once again Zimmerit needs to be applied over here. And then we move on to step number, bear with me guys, I'm fighting over here, 12. I found it. step number 12 will be the attachment of the side fenders, and then we move on to the bridge assembly. 13 and 14 are bridges, sorry, assembly of the bridge. 15th, there is the huge part. This is a base for the bridge. 15th is attachment of the bridge onto the superstructure. 16th is a bit busy one. As you can see, you have to fix the hatches and the gun mantlets, apply some Zimmerit and stuff like that. Hatches all over the place. Step 17th is more detailed pieces on the superstructure. Let me see what this is. Now, okay, it says that you can pose them open or closed. If you want to pose them open, there is some vision blocks, not vision blocks, the thing that you see. Anyway, I cannot remember the word. I'm gonna write it as a comment in in this video. And then we move on to the engine hatch, not the engine hatch. Anyway, the engine hatches, the engine deck. Yes, now I found it. In step 18, you have to attach all the vents and detailed parts, and then attach in step number 20 and attach the engine deck onto the rest of the hull together with the superstructure. Finally, on step 21, we have the attachment of the gun barrel and the gun locking mechanism in place, and we are ready to go. And we move on to the paint and markings. It has 1, 2, 3 different markings and camo schemes, slightly different camo schemes. Give me a moment. Yes, they are slightly different. First one is for company, oh no, I'm gonna slaughter this, Sphere Panzerjäger ABT 653. They were in Italy in 1944. Try to read this. Not so good if you ask me. And I talk about the camo scheme, by my opinion, as always. Second is company Sphere Panzerjäger, was once again 653 in Galicia, Russia, 1944. This one catches a bit my eye. And third and final camo scheme is Sphere Panzerjäger, once again ABT 653 in Galicia, Russia, 1944. So these two are from the same company, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, but they have different markings, different numbers. This one also catches my eye, so I'm gonna depict something, probably something, not something, one of these two. Anyway, that's the instructions. From a quick look I have gave them, they seem pretty clear and not so busy for Dragon instructions, for what I have used to see from Dragon. Anyway, now I wanna build this, as you have probably guessed, and I wanna do something challenging. So what's the challenge for me over here with this build? The challenge for me will be to apply my own set, or not my own set, yes, my own coating of Zimmerit. How I'm going to do that, you will ask. I'm going to try to do that with the use of Tamiya epoxy putty. So wish me luck, guys. We're gonna try build this thing and coat it with Zimmerit for the first time. I'm gonna do my own Zimmerit coating, and we're gonna see how it goes. Now, with all that said and done, we have made it up to the end of this video. I hope you guys find it interesting and stick along for the next episode. I also hope that you like what I do here. If so, you'll know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it is deserved to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, it was that Mofo Damon, signing out.